Hello, welcome to teamfortress.tv. We've made it, Hiipfire. It's ETF2L Season 26, powered by TT Esports. It's week 1, baby. CP Badlands and CP Snakewater will be on the menu tonight, and as well as our teams tonight, which are Lemmings and top5rocket. We've made it, Hiipfire. So, how are you feeling, big boy Premcast today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty excited.
Of course, I can't not mention both of our names, TurboTabs, Hiipfire. I'm not sure if I mentioned my name, but I really wanted to just throw the names out there because I want to mention our true star. It will be Gemm, doing the production. Production is always an unsung hero, and I like to sing their praises whenever I can. Anywho, it's ETF2L. It's the biggest competition of Europe, at least online anyways. And our two teams tonight, you might think they're quite familiar, Hiipfire. I think you might have cast some of them in pre-season. It all escapes me now.
Yeah, I watched the Lemmings. The Lemmings, their lower bracket too. Yeah, against Lowly Squad. That was a good match.
Yeah, that was quite cloudy, but they finally made it to the big leagues, and their first hurdle in this is top5rocket. A team that used to be the underdog, and now they've solidified themselves to be, I would say, like mid-table in the season, at least where they're being predicted to be. But who knows if ETF2L, the past 3 seasons now have been constant upsets and close competitions, so maybe that's just the trend with new TF2 now.
Yeah, they had a kind of an iffy season last in season 25, but I can definitely see them pulling up a little bit of a better showing this time with the the new teams and stuff, and the Lego Danger Dogs and stuff disbanding.
So with all these talks of the teams, we probably should formally introduce all of them. So I'm going to give you the Lemmings squad. You should be familiar with them by now.
Oh, nice.
You okay?
Wow.
You're busy watching things in game. Wait, over to Hiipfire. Come on, we've got a show to introduce. And tell me about some of these Lemming players. Who's on the squad?
All right, so Lemmings has Sorex and Inns on scout. Sorex, the Italian Sorex, not to be confused with the Israeli Sorex with a 0 in his name.
It was an honest mistake. Okay.
Oh,
I knew you'd bring this up.
Yeah, they have Romer, Zesty, and then Pocket Coldheart, Demoman Elacor. I still don't know how to pronounce that name, and then the medic, Honey Badger. This team is, well, 2 of the 6 players are from the same Lemmings roster that got 2nd and high last season, that being Honey Badger and Coldheart, and then they picked up the rest, I guess. Some of them are very more known names. Sorex, obviously, having played in Lego. Inns, having played in Bagzer 5. And I am blanking. Honey Badger, having played in, I think it was
TLR?
Yeah, TLR as well, yep. And then the other 3 are all new to Prem. This is their first Prem match ever, so I hope they're going to have a good one. At least hopefully. Zesty, Coldheart, and Elacor. We've definitely seen Elacor, that he's a very good demo, so hopefully it's going to be a good showing of him for his first match.
Yeah, I was awfully harsh on him for the past couple of games, but I know I'm from a different era. I'm used to demo men just coming in and just wiping out 6 people on their own. So you're going to have to forgive me, Elacor, if I've been a little harsh. Anyway, over on the top5rocket side of things, we have got Neo and Blade on scouts. We have Callback playing the roaming soldier, Medico playing the pocket soldier, Namtak playing the demo man, and Ombrack on medic. What a team. They encapsulate the team in Team Fortress. They're just a bunch of friends, and just from working together, eventually they climbed the tables of high, and they made it to Prem, and they stuck themselves out there, and they stayed there as well. That is a big part of being a team, is just sticking together, and usually they fall at the first hurdle, they get into Prem, and now they're like, okay, I'm a Prem player now. I can get in any team roughly in Prem that I want, and they just disband immediately. But I admire top5rocket for sticking it out this long. And who knows, usually these teams that stick it out for a long time reap the benefits, the rewards of cooperation. So I'm expecting big things from top5rocket this season.
I hope so. Be very cool to see the French team, do good things. It's relatively unique now to have a team that speaks not English in Prem. Together with Lemming or with Arctic Foxes, I think the only teams that speak not English in comms. So pretty unique and relatively unique, I guess.
Yeah, they do have that upper edge of speaking in their native tongue, so maybe communication issues wouldn't really be a factor into any downplay that they made. But so we've introduced our squads. We've sort of introduced the maps of the evening when I just quickly spieled it off at the beginning there. So I guess all that's left to do is do some sly little predictions before they get started here. So who are you going to go for, Hiipfire? You've already embarrassed me in the pre-season.
I mean, I forgive you for that. I mean, sometimes you gotta always just pick the other one. And gotta keep it a little bit interesting. But I'm not 100% sure. Like I'm kind of leaning towards Lemmings just because I do definitely respect Honey Badger as a main caller, and Elikor having shown that he's a pretty good demo gives me some faith in the Lemmings team. But you do have top5rocket. Have already played Prem. They played together for so long for those grueling high seasons. second place 3 times in a row or something like that. So I don't know.
If you want, I'll do my prediction first, and then I'll let you decide. Yeah?
Sure.
Personally, I'm going to go with top5rocket. I mean, not a hard prediction. I'm just going to go with experience. Going to go with the math on this things. This team has played Prem for longer, therefore the Echo they should be winning. But who knows? You were right on the money with Honey Badger. Has been leading teams before, and he has led them on extraordinary runs, I should be saying. And we are actually starting very soon, so you're going to have to squeeze out the tiniest prediction quickly.
Well, I'm going to go for Lemmings. I just have my heart lies with Honey Badger. I think they can do it.
Alright, well, I'm too scared to make that prediction. Let's see who was right in the end. If you're just joining us, this is ETF2L Season 26, powered by TT Sports. This is Week 1, CP Badlands our map, Lemmings versus Top 5. What's happening on mid, Hiipfire?
Alright, we see some aggressive mid here from top5rocket. Both soldiers on the enemy train. Pillhard drops really quickly. It's traded out. Elikor getting Blade, In's getting Korvac. And top5rocket is actually getting pushed back here. It was a successful first bomb, but they just gotten out DM'd and they have to go back. Even in 20% ad even for Honey Badger. Very successful mid for Lemmings.
Yeah, it was very strange. I thought it was quite bad out of the gates for Lemmings, where they lost Cold Heart immediately at the start. But I think if anybody's going to die in your team at the start, it probably should be the Pocket Soldier or something. So with just that one player down, they did express a lot of resources to take out that player, so from there the scouts sort of had free reign against all these reloading enemies, and then just took over the mid-fight from there. So right now we are just calming things down. It's a good old-fashioned stalemate. I bet everyone is just tuning in, they're just unwinding from all that rewind action, and nothing familiarises those people from the rewind coverage than a good old-fashioned stalemate. I think they're going to feel right at home.
You want to go for a 0-0 prediction?
I'm glad we didn't get to bring the rounds into this. I have no idea how the rounds will go, honestly. But
I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I didn't even think about the rounds.
Oh, Zesty's going in. He's trying to make a good attempt at it, but it was a nice little surf away from Ombrack. And it's always the difficult jump to make as a roamer. You've just got so much room, and it's easily telegraphed as well when a soldier jumps around from that corner.
It seems the game is still stabilized after that pick. Guess they weren't comfortable to push off or push out of that. Neo did take a lot of damage from that, so you have to get healed up.
Well, I can hear the tip-tapper of some spy shoes. It seems Zesty's not just checking out what they're doing on the classes, he's actually going and taking the plunge. He's gone spy. He's actually, I think, disguised himself as a friendly sniper, so he's trying to give him the con, but he might bump into somebody here. Oh, he's close. He wants to find an opening, but they literally won't give it to him. He's got Medicos again in the way of the doorway. He's finally got it.
Perfect timing.
Even leapfrogs the medic as well. Oh, well, the scout spotted him there. He's checking the corners. I think they may be bumping him, or they must. I don't know. They're just wise to it. It seems.
Cold Heart jumping in gets Neo. Ooh, good pick.
All the
Zesty
spy pistols coming out.
Ombrack.
Desperate times. Oh, he will be taken out. Oh, a pop coming out. There was a wraparound from Callback, and he still lives to tell the tale. Gets a crossbow in from Ombrack. They're going to make a push of this Hiipfire.
Yeah, they could not. Both soldiers were down, so they couldn't jump in and try and force. This is just going to be probably a free mid or midpoint for top 5 rocket. You're going to have to get out.
Yeah, no Uber used as well, so with a 3 easy mid, they can ride this all the way to second, and it's going to be difficult to hold on to the second against the Uber charge as well, but they'll still meet them with some resistance, see if they can force them out before they back out. But they don't want to dedicate themselves too much here, but any slip up and they could lose last as well.
He just gets a good meat shot on Ombrack, forcing the Uber.
Oh,
Honeybaja gets caught though in trash. Not very good. Coldar trying to jump, gets denied. Zesty jumps as well, trying to get an Ombrack. Sorax actually runs in and gets Ombrack. That's a wipe though for Lemmings.
Yeah, that's a very expensive medic kill. And the next person that will be up will be Honeybadger and Inns, and I don't think they'll have enough forces to deal with this last
Stick's
capture.
already on the point. Yeah,
Yes.
Inns immediately dies.
Oh, she wrote. So, 1-0. I'm feeling pretty comfortable now about my prediction. I mean, I never doubted. I never doubted, but...
Really? Okay. Well, we'll see when they win this mid again, you know? You'll see. You'll see the error in your ways.
Yeah. So,
Ombrack walking up the slope. Oh, Korback jumping into the enemy house. Sorax is not dealing with him. This is not very good. Korback can get easy pick. Gets Cold Heart. Neo gets Zesty. Nemtek gets Sorax, and they're just jumping in on the med on slope. Or, no, that's not right. He's in house. I'm a little lost here, but...
Yeah, they just saw the valley push coming and adjusted to it very well. They dealt with all the aggressive play coming out from Lemmings there, and it's like it says on the tin, it was just like shooting them one by one. It was very easy for them over on top 5 rocket.
Yeah, they have 20% ad, and Honey is just stuck in spawn here. Uber's in top right. They're losing players. I don't think they're going to be able to hold this last. Oh, but Neo's caught behind. Can't take out Inns. Illichor gets played, and this push actually didn't work out well.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get on top of Illichor. He's just way too fortified, and he gets in the position to wrap round all the way from respawn and get into a place where he can re-sticky the point, stop them from just sneaking the objective from them. So, successful defense. Now they're thinking about making the push out.
What is this sneaky spot from Korback? Sitting on that
he's kind of
ledge
bolted
there.
up though. He's hit the invisible wall. He forces them anyway though. Honeybadger getting a bit trigger happy there. Maybe there was a sniper. Yeah, there's a sniper. That's why I've only just clocked on to the fact that blade is switched over. That's probably the reason that he popped so early. Honeybadger.
Namtek gets launched in the air though and just dies immediately. Good demo pick. They're not going to push in on this though. I don't think they. Well, they're too scared of that advantage.
Oh, they're clapping this so slowly with that soldier being the only one standing on it. They actually decided to bring the forces out, and they've been forced, speaking of which, and they're trying to pick up the pieces with this Uber, but they're already out. They're all the way back in their little base as well, and they haven't got much cap time at the point. Maybe they might see some resistance coming up from Lemmings here, but now they think wiser of it. They're going all the way back. They're just rebuilding that Uber.
Seems like they're just going to build outside. I wonder if Lemmings is going to push on this. They're actually holding very, very passively while they're building and choke, and they just have Korback in drop down, and whoever is the other soldier, I'm blanking on his name, but on the spire there. And it's
yeah, that'll be
Lemmings
Medico.
is starting to notice. Yeah, I think the I see Elikor putting up a very aggressive sticky trap in lobby. So I think they do recognize this, but they're still gonna stay on last. Ombrack does call here.
Well,
Did they see the sticks? Oh no, they spotted the sticks. No surprise drop there.
yeah, Zesty thought about moving out as spy there, but immediately was greeted with some spam and just thought better of it. Decided to just back out and see if they can make a successful defense instead.
The sentry drops really quickly. You can't really save it as well with the rescue ranger being banned now.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. But
Yeah.
luckily the wrenches actually heals a little bit more, so they can still make use of the abusive spot on Badland. They're pushing in now.
Just a dry push into top left a little bit. Just walking in, meat shot, they're dead, and then an Uber trade in top right. It is number advantage for Lemmings though. They do get Cold Heart, and Namtek is weak on Stone here, so it seems like they're all gonna walk out. Let's walk outside, but Lemmings is no, they're just gonna push on Spire here. Cold Heart jumps on top of the point. Medico tries to get him off. Cold Heart's chasing the kill on Korvac. Sorex cleans it up. Sorex and Medico fighting Banana a little bit. And no one is on the point from the Lemmings. Maybe they should cap it. That's the very important thing in in control points. You gotta cap points, and then that's how you win. Getting those kills are important too, but capping the point is a little important.
Yeah, they can hear Hiipfire. They've started flooding that point now, so they will cap that off. And the Ubers are staying roughly even. I think both teams will have quite a bit of respect for each other, so you won't see any advantage being pushed out by Ombrack here, even though they managed to pull 20% ahead of them.
Yeah, I don't think everyone's gonna push as aggressively as Froyo did in Rewind, just pushing in whenever.
Yeah, it would be. It's nice to see those sorts of those defining moments in the LAN. It really encourages these other teams to show that it is possible, and they can maybe go a bit more aggressive or try out these things.
Well, we'll see. Maybe some of these lower teams want to take some risks.
Well,
they're pushing in resup though here.
Yeah, they've got Zesty pinned to the doorway, but he's got that resupply cabinet. He's not going to die anytime soon unless he makes the blunder with the sentry. They do pick out 2 extra players though. They've got their eyes diverted in so many different directions.
Anybody just caught here.
He doesn't know what to do. So Sorex is thinking, I might take this to house. Actually, no, I'm going to take it straight into the combo. They have multied a little bit, and they do rotate him around to a slightly safer position, but sadly that isn't the position of the objective. They will lose that down, and eventually they're just whittled away. It looks like they might even lose this last defense as well, because they haven't got any time to set up any sort of defense.
Yeah, I don't think this is not very good. They're dropping another player. They do have Zesty spawning. It is equal numbers, and I don't think top5rocket pushed in fast enough to really take advantage of it. So I think it's just gonna stay here. A little bit of another stalemate.
Well, looks like they're slapping out the pyro. It will be Cold Heart, the pocket, deciding to switch out instead of the scouts, taking one for the team perhaps. She's just hiding away, so I don't think they're aware of this pyro, especially if they're counting scouts over on the enemy team. Usually that is a good way for a team to decide whether or not they have an off-class run.
They do have Blade on Sniper though. Doesn't really get a pick on top right. Sits in lobby here looking to the left. Let's hope someone peeks in. Don't see anyone though. Looks back main. Tries his luck over here. Top left.
They've got the Uber charge now, so Cold Heart does move
hesitating a little bit here actually. The sniper shots. Missing Sorex.
Yeah.
Very good.
The reason I think they didn't make advantage, they take advantage, I should say. Oh, they're actually getting capped time on point. He's capped a load of it. He's got good
headshot from Blade on Zesty. Peek stop left getting a headshot on, I think that's Cold Heart. Some good damage, but it seems like top5rocket isn't really too keen on going too aggressive, but no, they're pushing in with the Uber, top left.
Oh,
Honeybatch actually pushes in main, getting the sniper. But now you just have Ombrack and Medico just here top left with the Uber. Let's see if they can do anything with it. Korvac is going to get isolated here in top right though. Gets Elikor and gets Cold Heart too. Ooh, and Medico gets Honey Badger. This is actually, they can play their cards out with these heals. They can get this push. And there you go, 2-0.
Yeah, because they've pushed so aggressively with that Uber, it allowed the solo Uber for Medico, and it did do, for the most part, a good job of kiting him, but they popped that Uber so late into it that during all the time that they were kiting about and avoiding him, the rest of the team could just pick off the stragglers in their strange positions while they were trying to run away from the Uber.
Korback is hiding in the Lemmings shithouse. Just some spam being exchanged for now. Zesty's under the bridge. Inns as well. Oh, Elikor jumps on top of the point. Just gets immediately taken out. Korback
nice bomb from Korback.
Some heals. And I think this is gonna just slowly go more south. Actually, Zesty's jumping in. It's Cold Heart. Good rocket on Ombrack, but Ombrack survives on like 20 HP. Oh, Inns trying to clean up the kill on Korback.
Honey Badger's actually come back into the fight.
Oh,
he wants to still keep fighting
big jump for Medico on Honey Badger. Gets him. And ooh, Neo even cleans up the kill on Inns. Well. Oh man. That seemed like a done deal for Lemmings. You know, have the heals, but Medico just jumps in, gets a really good rocket off, and then isolates him or gets him stuck in house.
That was very brave coming out from Honey Badger. He decided he had an opportunity to run away there. He did get out of the clutches from Korback, but instead he turned around and went back into the fight, trusting his scout Inns. But they had a player disadvantage, and sadly Inns couldn't protect his medic.
Yeah, Honey Badger's very trademark, I guess, is his bravery as a medic, just not paying off that time.
Indeed, indeed. So we got a mild stalemate. This should be an advantage that Ombrack is aware of. If he's keeping track of when Honey Badger died, he did die towards the tail end of that, so he should know about this advantage, and they are positioning themselves ready for it, trying to see if they can pick off Zesty on the flank. But they've been called out now, but they're kind of dilly-dallying here, Hiipfire.
Yeah, they're taking very long here. Honey Badger is actually seeing this and he's just pushing up a little bit into choke, but they recognize that it's taking too long and that they've lost their advantage, so they're just going to go back to mid. Korback is behind, but he's not really getting much done right now. Lost most of his health. Just going to, I guess, mess around on the Lemmings last. See if he can maybe catch Honey Badger by surprise. You're just going to walk through Haunter here and just trade Ubers. Nobody really getting stuck here. Honey Badger wants to see if Cold Heart can get some frags actually while the Uber's fading. He gets Neo. Ombrack dies to Zesty, and Namtak is just stuck on slope. Both soldiers do bomb in very aggressively and get Honey Badger, but I think that these soldiers are going to get cleaned up, and I do think that this, yeah, there you go, there's a wipe. The midpoint is for Lemmings, but again, a really good bomb from the soldiers on Honey Badger.
Yeah, you can see the disadvantages of being a soldier behind there. Because Korback was so disconnected from the fight, they essentially went into the fight 5v6 in a way. I know they did have a scout dealing with Korback slightly, but a scout can re-enter the fight as well and return and contribute a lot easier than a soldier if he got caught behind. So it might pretty much turned into a 6v5 fight when it came down to it.
Some arrow building from Honey Badger here. Wants to get that Uber up as quickly as possible. I wonder if he trying to maybe get like micro advantage and then push in on it.
I think he's going for that epic crits play. He will have the slight crits advantage, seeing as it does build a little bit quicker than the Medigun, and he needs to be using it as soon as now he's got it. And they're going to be close though. Oh, 5%.
I don't think there's enough time. That stick does not land on Ombrack. Ombrack is actually, oh, he's alone, but he links up with a scout, gets the Uber up. They trade two players, but this is probably going to be for top 5 rocket. They are just 2 players left. It just took just a little bit too long.
Look at Inns creating so much space. Oh my god, he actually got Ombrack!
Oh my god.
Wow, I can't believe it. He had so many eyes on him. Everyone was firing at him and he was just dodging. He's fucking Neo. Even Neo should change his name at this point.
And I was too distracted by just that crits play not working out. Just Inns, man. What a great play.
My god, that blew my mind. I already turned the camera away. Like, yeah, he dead. He dead.
He's just walking straight through Shutter. No fear. Meat shotting Ombrack. They're going to re-push on this with the 30% advantage. And top 5 rocket's going to, at least is respecting the push from now.
Zesty bomb. Oh, he gets a nice little air shot.
Neo cleaning up Zesty. 5v5. This is actually very weak on the flank, and Elikor is also very weak.
Still capping this point slowly, yeah.
Yeah, Coldart's a little bit alone on this point, though. Sorex joins her. But Coldart's really weak, and if this could be...
Crossbow, please! No. Please, honey, says Coldheart, but no. I'm trying to crits here, bitch. I'm going over, and the crits is just not working out.
Marks at least cleans up Neo, but Blade just comes out of house getting honey. And that was... It just took too long to cap. Coldheart was just alone on that point for too long, and then she just gets cleaned up when honey misses the arrow. Or, I guess, doesn't shoot the...
I think this is the sign of the top tier players and the low teams, Hiipfire, is these medics and the coordination as a team and how they can play off these crossbows. You know, these top teams that you've seen over Rewind, they were, you know, completely in sync. They knew that they need to make use of this crossbow and just use it as a constant rate, while on these lower teams it doesn't look like the synergy, or I guess the communication isn't quite there yet. Yeah,
that was very unorganized. That Coldar was just like on 50 HP on Spire. That really shouldn't have happened. Korbeck with another inventive little hiding spot here in bottom left.
And Uber's coming in. Coldheart's trying the best to help. Coldheart was trying the best. She's been killed now. And they've been rotated around. Inz has been dropped onto the floor. It's being spammed out, and there you go. There's some crossbow love coming out from Honey Badger now, but it's just enough to bring all the fire from top5rocket, and it made it easy for the rest of Lemmings to clean up these players that had no ammo loaded.
Yeah, they didn't really get anything done when they walked in top right. They just immediately rotated to the left. Honey Badger stayed alive, and just with the heals, just push out to this second point. We have some building. Nemtak, no, not Nemtak. Not what am I saying? Neo and Ombrack are building this Uber, but I do think that Lemmings is gonna push in with this Uber. Korbeck's in Valley, not really getting much done. Actually, he's trying to fight Zesty, but the fight's going on mid. They're using the Uber to push out top5rocket into their choke. They're gonna respect it, but there's definitely gonna be a re-push soon, because Ombrack now has 60% advantage. Unless Lemmings wants to just push in right now, try to get the jump on them. But no, but they have 100%. Uber gets popped off, and it's even numbers, but they have the Uber. I think that this is... Yeah, oh, no, actually, they got nothing done with that Uber. Ombrack just immediately popped and walked into choke, and nothing really happened. The crossbow shot from Ombrack
Nice.
on the Zesty.
Wow, okay, so it was a bit of a strange situation for, I guess, top5rocket, because the Uber the soldier, he had to use the majority of his fire to actually catch up to the enemy team, and by the time he did, he had nothing to really damage them with. So between all this rotating, Blade's in behind again, just being a constant pest.
It's not very good. They're kind of just stuck on the enemy train, and they're just
Blade.
gonna get isolated here. Honey Badger's trying to get out. He's trying to arrow Coldheart. Coldheart misses the arrow, actually. Coldheart dies. Tries to arrow Zesty. That doesn't work out either. Does get Blade, apparently. And I see Sorex dying. This is just a soldier versus medic. Just 2v2 ulti duo. But they get forced out. Ooh, Zesty actually jumping in really aggressively on Ombrack.
Oh, he forces the Uber.
It.
Very well played, Zesty. Is he going to get out? Zesty, what?
What is going on? What was that?
Why? Why did they had mercy? They was like, good play, Zesty. You know what? You earn a gold star for that. Get out for free.
Ombrack was just standing there in choke, waiting for Medico to jump, I think, and Medico was just not having it.
Did he have no ammo?
I don't know what just happened, but I don't know. Seems like both teams can sometimes be a little unorganized.
Okay.
Well, Lemmings isolating Korbeck here in forward spawn, kind of similar to what top5rocket's been doing on these second pushes. And I just controlling the second. Just off of that Uber advantage that they have. This is going to be equal in a minute, and Korbeck is still in resup. I wonder if he's going to try to maybe force Honey Badger. He's got to be scared of that sticky trap, though, that Elikor has on it. I think Korbeck is just going to go for the long con here, just going to sit as long as he can. Try to maybe catch the Lemmings team. He's still there. I mean, it could work, maybe.
Oh no, he switched back now.
Oh,
I think he was just reading a book or something.
You know, just some light reading.
Oh, Inz was in, and now he is out. So
game.
we've got. I've noticed a trend in this game so far, Hiipfire. A lot of these medics are kind of letting these advantages go. There was a bit, but where Honey Badger had a full, well, not a full Uber advantage, but a bit of a decent advantage, and just let it go. Eventually, decided to wait it out. Have mercy.
Oh, Blade kills Honey Badger. What happened? He just walked in, just drops Honey Badger. Damn. Like I don't know how this is happening. Like I'm just getting caught off guard. He just walks in, I guess. Just drops.
Well, now you see all the plan Bs being laid out. You've got Cold Heart hiding on top of the lamp. Classic spot. You've got Sorex kind of baiting out these stickies for his demo man, but decides better of it and he's going to back off. And I think Zesty's poking about somewhere. And Zesty's actually decided to back out. So, and even Cold Heart's like, nah, they're not pushing for whatever reason. They are not pushing.
They're just content to sit here. They have like 6.5 minutes to hold. They have 2 points. Wow. They just wanna just sit here, just let that clock run down and just win on a timeout.
Yeah, they've got 6 minutes left over on Lemmings, so they've got to be feeling the squeeze of the timer. But 2-0 isn't exactly the biggest gap in the world. So, and they have been pushed to the last, so if they make a successful go of this, it's very doable that they'll win the game here. Or at least tie it up, sorry.
Yeah, Ninja's doing some very aggressive peeking here, Sniper, trying to just whatever he can to get a pick here.
Thinks it's flippy.
Walks straight into top right, even uncontested, gets a free look on Ombrack, but Ombrack is just sitting very passively on those stairs on the left. Just not wanting to get picked there, not dropping like Honey Badger did.
There's no spot that you could possibly get that pick from. He's just going to have to decide. Oh, well, he's gone down now, so there's definitely going to be no pick coming out for a little while at least. I'd like to see him.
Well, Neo is on Sniper. Oh, the Uber. Honey Badger's trying to do an Uber trade here. Uber gets forced out. Hopefully they don't get isolated. Honey Badger, ooh, actually surfs that rocket. Barely makes it out alive. Now we just have. Well, actually, 2 players have dropped in that Uber exchange. Actually, Elocor will also drop. Oh, this is not good. You're just gonna have to go way back. Cold Heart being very proud of her jumps here. Not very happy about the chat, I guess. Joking around a little bit, but yeah, this is just gonna give top5rocket this free second point, and it's just gonna give them more time to waste, I guess, because it's just 5 minutes left, and Lemmings still has to get at least 2 points in these 5 minutes to at least get a tie.
Yeah, I think I could see what sort of play they were going for, as they're actually making a push onto the flank right now, see if they can catch someone off. And it's actually Inns who's going about somewhere. I didn't even catch that kill.
He was in just going.
Oh,
to the
callback! He's jump in. He's in. He's actually forced out the Uber.
Honey Badger just walking straight through choke, telling his team to go in, but actually Sorex just dies to a sticky trap.
Ooh, Duck Season does miss it. That was close. Ombrack, balls of steel! Oh
my god!
There it goes!
Wow.
Too brave.
2. Damn. This is the perfect time for Lemmings to try and maybe get some momentum here. Try to get this midpoint, just go in. But Inns drops really early to Neo. Sorex does get Neo afterwards and kills Blade too, gets the cleanup. Nantek
oh my god, Sorex.
He's not getting the pipes on Sorex. Sorex is just going to clean him up. The 3k for Sorex. And this is a perfect opportunity for them to go second, and they have 30% advantage, so they can probably even push last off of this.
Very well played from Lemmings there, realising that if they just hold on to that midpoint for long enough, they'll have the respawn advantage.
Oh,
this is the back cap coming up from Callback. Inns to the rescue.
Ooh, thank God. And we have 4 minutes. We're going to have to do something with this advantage. Actually, it's now become 40%.
It has to happen now. If there's any realistic hope, they have to make this push, and the Ubers...
Oh, Cold Heart getting air blasted back. Can't really get a shot on Ombrack. And this Uber is not very effective. Sorex dies. Inns even dies to the Sentry, level 1 Sentry. Elocor gets caught. Cold Heart's behind the point. She has no chance of surviving that. And Honey Badger, this Uber is just... It's not going very well. Cold Heart just getting immediately air blasted. That pyro play from Blade just working out perfectly.
Yeah, you're starting to see the effects of the timer. Because teams feel like there's not a lot of time left, they are starting to rush things, Hiipfire. They're thinking, oh, well, there's only so many minutes left, we have to push through main right now. There's absolutely no time. We can't waste the 2 seconds going top somewhere, which would make the push so much better. No, we have to take this thing, because fuck it, we're losing. So There was just way too many of those sorts of decisions. And when they came in from bottom, they're already at a disadvantage from pushing from the lower ground. They have a sentry gun to deal with from on the high ground. They've got a pyro to deal with. It's just way too much to fire at. So, yeah, there's just too much on the plate. And in my opinion, bottom is just not a good place to push.
No, definitely not with a pyro. It's just very easy for the pyro to just air blast and just ruin your entire day. I mean, maybe if you have like, Zesty even just gets an accidental rocket from Korvac hitting Zesty on Spy. They tried to, I don't know, go for maybe a relatively long con to try and get Ombrack and just push in, but they don't have the time for this anymore.
It's time for the Hail Mary. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Nemtak already to a pipe.
Ready to win. Go, go, go. Move, move, move.
Just going to move in top left. Mordor gets the Uber, gets a good rocket on Neo, gets the dispense as well, but the sentry's doing a very good job of blocking them out.
It's a single soldier versus a pyro though. Just reflected all the possible damage that Coldheart could have laid out there, and nobody joined in on that Uber. They just wanted like a Zebasai Uber, but it doesn't work out, especially when they've got to take out not only a pyro but a sentry gun. It's both of those things are good against a single soldier. Well, so 1 minute left. If the teams could call out GG, I'm pretty sure they would round about now. But they can't. We're just going to agonizingly watch for 1 minute. While drop.
Ombrack drops.
Well, if you can't win the match, you can win YouTube at least.
Oh, Zesty gets the backstab on Medico. Maybe they can at least get a point, out of the save face a little bit, maybe?
Yeah. I mean,
they're getting some good picks. Korvac is just completely caught.
Yeah, they found the Demo Man as well, and there you go. There's a round on the board.
Well,
I mean every round counts, Hiipfire. What if this comes down to the playoff spot is tied between 5 teams, and they need to decide on rounds?
I guess that could technically be the case. I'll I won't count it out, but I think that's a very unlikely thing.
Okay, 20 seconds left on the clock. We won't draw this out any longer than we have to. Just from watching the gameplay though, Hiipfire, did anybody catch your eye? Maybe someone you want to give your MVP to?
I don't really know. I guess the top 5 rocket soldiers, both Medico and Korvac, did a really good job on those first couple mids where they just bombed in. Like top 5 rocket would be losing the mid, and then just that very aggressive double soldier bomb would just completely turn the mid around for them. I think they have done a very good job for their team. I guess I'll give Medico an MVP star, a little gold star.
I'm gonna give the Roma bias and give a shout out to my boy Korvac. He's I think he did a wonder on these mid fights, constantly jumping in, laying some damage out, not always getting the kill, just getting some good damage, drawing some eyes, drawing some fire, and then managing to get out successfully. Get a health pack, re-enter the fight, go for another bomb, do some more damage, and just stay alive on mid. It's nice to see as a Roma. Now we can speculate about the MVP all we can, but let's do the popular thing right now. Let's base our entire opinions on some numbers on the screen. Let's go to the logs.
Oh, I love me some numbers.
Now, I hope you saved your special link from earlier that Gemm gave you.
I still got it, yes.
Alright, so it should give you the exact view of... and I've just realised I've typed in the code word wrong, so that's the reason why I can't see anything. But what do you see?
Well, I see that, yeah, definitely the top 5 rocket soldiers were the definite MVP for this match with the 320 DPM and the 260 from Korvac, 320 for Medico, just top damaging on the entire server, doing massive amounts of damage, definitely on those mids. And the third is Namtek, which, you'd think that the demo would be the most damaging player most of the time, but those soldiers is doing an amazing job, just turning those team fights around constantly with those really strong bombs on the mids.
Well, I know that top5rocket are usually famed for Medico. A bit of callbacks, so maybe they're a bit soldier biased on the top5rocket team, so I think Nemtak is fine with playing a more utilitarian role as demo man. It seems to be how most teams want to go about it nowadays. But I wish I could tell you more, but I've got a blank screen, so I'm just going to patiently wait for the next screen to pop up from on these stats. Hopefully, I get refreshed at some point. No, it's not working for me. What else can you tell me?
Well, you can look at the medic stats. You can see that the medics actually was quite even for heals. It was like the bombs from both soldiers or from both teams were quite decent when it came to actually killing the medic. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the soldiers putting out so much damage. I mean, you can see Medico with 29% heals. Like, you know, they know that Medico can put out that damage if you just give him all the heals that he needs. So, like, unlike you know, Lemmings, who gives Elicorp most of the heals, you can just see that that Medico is getting all the love from Ombrack.
So, I think we're just because I'm a bit locked out of the door on the logs.tf thing. I'm sure we could still show off on the stream some of these extended stats. Maybe we'll just throw you right in there, Hiipfire, and tell me what you see. We're going to throw you some of Gentle John's extended stats for stream views only. You get to see some pretty maps and all that jazz.
Yeah, you can see here the relative frags by zone. You can see that top5rocket actually was very dominant. Also, before you could see that they were very dominant on the DM standpoint, doing like I think it was 8k more damage than Lemmings. And as you can see, they were very dominant on basically everywhere except on Lemmings last. And honestly, it was probably just because they beefed some of their pushes onto last. And if it wasn't for that, you know, you probably would have seen a 100% red map on your screen there.
Have we got any more? Any more, Mr. Production? Which one? Alright, Hiipfire, what else do you see? You have to keep... I'm blind right now. You're going to have to guide me through the storm.
I'm seeing... we see just some percentages here. Seeing that there was a lot of... you can see it was a very stalematy game, because there was a lot of... Most of the frags were situated around the midpoint. You know, because team wins a mid.
Yeah, it would just be the mid fights as well. We'll kind of skew that. So
it gives it like 20%, like 20-30%, but it's definitely weight a bit higher due to the stalemates.
Well,
forcing to pushes.
To say that you've never looked at those stats before, Hiipfire, I think you did pretty well. I mean,
thank you.
I don't know if they were right or not. Yeah, you probably could have just fed me the most bullshit ever. But I have to
Honey Badger did 90 kills.
Nice.
90 kills. impressive.
Anyway, we're moving on to Snakewater. It's the time has already gone. I think we've actually hit a pause because the players have ever so kindly gifted us some bonus time to reintroduce things. If you're just joining us, this is ETF2L Season 26, powered by TT Esports. This is our second map, Snakewater. top5rocket are 1-0 up so far, and they need this map to close out the full 6 points, the full fat ETF2L points. You've got me, TurboTabs, on the microphone along with Hiipfire, and let's not forget Gemm on the production. Well. What shall we talk about now? I guess we can get into the nitty-gritty about Snakewater. What do you think about Snakewater, Hiipfire? Love it, loathe it?
I'm quite the fan of Snakewater. I'm not really the type of person to really dislike a map, but I'd say I very much like this map, like the mid and stuff. Very much a fan of the I guess the top area as a scout, you know, denying the soldiers jumping from anywhere.
Now, with Snakewater being the way it is, do you think any of these teams will have an advantage at all? Anyone you're looking to or suspecting to win this game?
Well, I mean, from watching the last match, it seems like top5rocket is definitely the a team stronger in DM by a decent margin. So I'm just expecting top 5 rocket to kind of force their will onto the Lemmings team just by out DMing them.
Yeah, I think the Snakewater map will come down a lot to the soldiers as well, at least for these initial mid fights. So I'm going to pay a lot of attention to Medico and Callback, see what they want to plan out for this mid, and they're playing very patiently so far. I thought they would be going in guns blazing.
I think they're waiting on this Callback bomb from their kitchen. He walks out, he doesn't even get, he immediately gets focused. He just loses all his health. Zesty on the jump gets Ombrack, good stuff from him, gets immediately cleaned up.
Need to play the heals now.
Heals hip.
Wow, the mid-fight has been extended for so long, Hiipfire, that they've managed to get the Uber out and just end it immediately by popping that free Uber. And they'll even get a little advantage as well, because by the time it's finished, Ombrack will just be respawning. Oh, actually, the turnaround from Callback and Medico, it finally arrives, but it was a bit of a day late. They didn't cap the midpoint though, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just going to take a little bit longer to cap.
So while they're capping that, they will yield a slight Uber advantage the other way now, with Honey Badger going down to that soldier aggression. And is that another pause?
Amazing. Have anything more to say about that amazing mid?
I think essentially the game plan for Lemmings was we need to keep an eye out for these soldiers and just wait. We need to wait for them to come out. If we go aggressive, eventually they will rear their ugly heads in and start pooping on us from behind. So they just waited very, very patiently, and by the time Callback or Medico did reveal themselves, they just constantly pommeled with them with scout fire, demo fire. I think even the soldiers tried a hand at shooting them a few times as well. So all the attention is diverted to those soldiers, and once they were low, they decided to make the aggression there and didn't give them a chance to heal up again. But thank God that the soldiers, after that aggression, weren't given any attention, I should be saying, and then they could, capitalize on their soldier prowess. But
yeah, I feel that. That's some good analysis, I'd say.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
Well, they have gifted us with an unpause, and right now I'm just seeing Alcohol setting up some sneaky little stickies on the just behind the, I don't even know what to call that, it's like a wooden ramp. It's got some dirt in it. It's just near the logs over on the second point, hoping that Ombrack will push out, try and hold on to that Uber and making us push the second, and maybe they can get a healthy drop onto somebody. They're pushing from grass though, so I'm not sure if you'll even come into contact with those stickies.
They meet Corback on the flank though, and Corback wins that 1v1, so they immediately get a good pick. Just gonna immediately run out. Lemmings, no chance they're gonna try to work that push.
Yeah, they've got the Uber advantage, and yeah, they're deciding to use it, but it's very close for Honey Badger to get it. He does get it by the skin of his teeth, though, and he's just giving everybody a feel-good Uber on Lemmings. And you see the scout Blade, he's actually staying in, he's drawing so much fire, and he's still not dead. Is he going to get out? Oh, Zesty, thank you. He finally kills him off, but it's just bought so much space for his team to come back in, and they're starting to clean up the players now. Ellicor is trying to make a mad dash for the last point. Where is Coldheart? Where is Coldheart? Oh, she's disconnected, that's why.
It's timed out. That's what all the pauses were for.
Man, those sort of moments are going to be slightly tilting for you, especially if this is the round that they'll lose things on, because they'll think, like, what if we live in a world where Coldheart her PC was just working, it looked like it was very doable to defend.
Yeah, they just lost. They didn't have a soldier to hold the left side there. Zesty and Corback actually, once again, meet each other on the flank. He's trading. Medico gets air shot immediately. Almost dies there trying to bomb in. Actually, no, not even numbers. Wait.
Well, they're still fighting in though, even though they've got a player disadvantage. Coldheart is brought down very, very low, and Sorex, he's just manning up. He's trying to fight off against 5 players by himself. He does a good job and takes out one player, trades at the very least. But they needed all their names there if they wanted to make any chance of pushing that over. They were already fighting from a disadvantage.
Yes, the source TV bugging a little bit out from the pause. Kind of, I saw 6 players up from both teams.
Yeah.
Slightly confusing, but I see top5rocket just again going through grass. Gonna try to get an Uber trade. Coldheart jumping in, Zesty jumping in, getting 2 good rockets on Ombrack. Honey Badger initiating this Uber trade. A little bit of a slightly better Uber, but they're basically gonna end at the same time. So it's just a team DM fight here, where top5rocket definitely has more players.
These are some clutch crossbows coming out from Ombrack, yeah, just keeping his team alive a lot better than Honey Badger can. And I know it looked like the focus fire just wasn't there for Lemmings. And when everyone just entered the same space, they were all struggling to kind of finish each other off. The difference being Lemmings had like a bit of high ground for a minute there, and I don't know, whiffing a few shots here and there, but it does come out top5rocket's way. They're actually going to sneak this point. They've got a scout on there, and the heavy is too busy firing at things to stand the goddamn point, so they're going to get this easy 2-0 up in 5 minutes, Hiipfire.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate, you know. I had more faith in my Lemmings, but it's not really working out.
It's okay, there's still 24 minutes left on the clock. They can turn this around.
They can do this. They can do this. Just needs to win. At least start off with winning this mid fight, maybe. Korback with a jump on top left doesn't really get much done. Actually, cleans up a kill on Zesty before getting taken out by Sorex, and Medico jumping on top as well, getting called up. But Sorex just with the 2K and Eloquer with a pipe, and
wow,
chasing Medico. This is just yeah, the medic and demo getting out. That was a very, very good mid from Lemmings there.
Yeah, it was kind of deceptive. The scouts just walked over the point, and I think Medico didn't have the chance to make use of his position. I thought he would contribute a lot more to his team from the place he was standing from. He did get the first initial kill onto Coldheart, but you know, I think this team is fine fighting these 5v6s as they just follow Sorex into the plunge, and he manages to lead his team to victory.
It's also a little bit scary there for Lemmings, actually. They have someone on Spy, but top5rocket was kind of toying with the idea of trying to do an, I guess, a 6v5 Uber trade there. But luckily they managed to force them out, and Zesty's now on this Spy.
He does love his Spy, doesn't he?
He sees Blade. Is he going to try to go? Oh, Blade spots him. Almost gets him.
The pub tactics. I think they know he's there, but maybe he might have been convinced from that Girardi. Which, it's a bit strange. I didn't think that was still unbanned.
Nah, it was just Rescue Ranger that got banned.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Well, Zesty is just kind of taking a book out of the rewind meta, seeing if he can just slow this out. They've actually brought out a pyro, so yeah, they're very convinced that this sniper still exists. They're throwing piss as well.
Zesty's was really inspired by that course 6-minute in the corner play. I mean, at some point, he gets spotted though. Blade sees it coming, gets a swipe on him, but Zesty actually somehow makes it out alive.
I'm walking out. Oh no, the cap.
Namtech with the, I guess, blind debt, getting Zesty.
Well, did he have a disguise? Or maybe he was trying to get some cap time on the point.
I don't think he was still, or not disguised. He was invisible at that point. So I think it was just a blind debt. They tried to peek a little aggressively. Balcony there, getting spanned by Coldheart, but he's gonna try again. Doesn't see anyone as of yet. Zesty has joined us again, so it's once again a 6v6 here. Still just a stalemate. Neo is just checking for a spy play. See that there's no, you know, you gotta check it. Maybe Zesty, maybe Zesty dead ring. Who knows?
He's walking about the Girardi. He's like, do I check? Do I go? Team? Is there a spy? Oh, he's actually going spy himself.
Lemmings is actually in lobby here, going up left. Zesty gets.
Wait, he checked the spy class himself. He's not convinced by his teammate. Oh, he actually dies at the end.
Lemmings actually just pushing in on the left.
Nobody's
here.
On the point.
Oh my! He just plays the point. They were just too, I guess, distracted by the potential spy play that Lemmings just like slowly and quietly walked up left and got all that space.
That was very stubborn coming out from top5rocket there. I think they had an Uber and everything to go about dealing with that point, but no, they just didn't want to pop it.
Oh, Korvac jumping really aggressively into the enemy's kitchen. I don't know if they spotted that. This might be a very good flank. Zesty tries to jump in. Oh, gets completely denied by both
He's
scouts.
still alive, crossbow. Oh no.
Oh, gets cleaned up very quickly. Blades on Elokor. Walking in. Elokor actually gets some good pipes though, but there's more players on the top 5 rocket team, and scouts on Lemmings are very weak. Sorks just try to get behind, try to get Ombrack, but everyone knows he's there, so this is not really going to work out that much. Coldheart and Inns are just going to sit back and lobby, meet up with their medic. Sorks is behind, tries to get the force, but it's easily taken out by the top 5 rocket combo.
Extremely optimistic coming out from Sorix there. I don't think there was any chance in hell. It was probably best for him just to stay constantly behind and just be a pest. You know, do it Stark style. You know,
oh, Zesty jumping actually in very far. Oh, Ombrack!
Oh, it actually forces the Uber out of them.
Oh, that was
chicken there.
That air shot was that rocket was really close. If he popped a second, like a millisecond later, you might have been dead. That would have
I don't know. It looked like it was off the mark to me, but still, it looked close. So
Korvac trying to jump, gets denied by the heavy. Oh, gets an air shot on Honey. What a beautiful shot from Korvac
as well for a little bonus. So now they're really scared of making this push out.
Oh my god, that was beautiful. Just propping up Honey, and Honey tries to surf it, but just pops him out of the air.
Well, I guess you see the mentality differences between the two medics.
Yeah, they did drop a lot of players, so they didn't really manage to get a push out of it, but they do have that massive advantage now, so they do expect a last push. Man, that was beautiful. Something out of a movie. just jumping from left, just straight in, air shotting. God.
All right, so they're in a difficult spot, and this is the point where Honey Badger favorably turns to the vaccinator in times like these. So he will pop a bubble, keep his heavy alive as long as possible, give him a nice bullet resistance.
They're playing the points.
He's soaking up so much damage that the heavy didn't even die. The double scouts are usually a thing to be reckoned with, but against the vaccinator, it's an easy choice for Honey Badger to make. Just pops on that bullet resistance, and that heavy just didn't die.
Yeah, some great focus fire. Just immediately, just not even giving them the chance to get out against that vaccinator. Just immediately, trying to get out through that shutter. Just get destroyed by a barrage of bullets and explosives.
Also, bonus points for Honey Badger to actually switch off on the vaccinator as well and bring it back to Medigun. You see, that's quite a difficult thing to get past the amateur stages of TF2, where you use this vaccinator but you end up holding on to it and keep going and forget to switch off from it, and it leads
amateur
you into
stages. Do I hear a little bit of a call out to the Americans there?
No. I'm sure they were just, everyone makes mistakes, okay?
All right. I'll
They won, okay? I can't say anything. I wasn't trying to make any call out. I was just trying to congratulate Honey Badger on his successful change out. I think Vaccinator isn't the greatest weapon to push out with.
Well, it's just a good old stalemate again. Even Ubers. Korvac's hiding in window. There's a little bit of an opportunity for a flank. There could be one of the Lemming scouts could potentially get through choke. There isn't really anyone aggressively holding it, except for Blade, who's just taunting on the crate. I don't know what he's doing, but I guess he's just embracing his inner movement, just taunt, every chance you get. Oh, but Zesty jumps in, tries to get a force off.
Oh, brings Namtag very low.
Oh,
they actually finish him off.
Great rocket from Coldheart.
Medics, please, personal service announcement. Use that crossbow.
Medico is actually stuck. They have to pop on this as well. Coldheart gets the Uber, but this is even Ubers, but a little bit of a better Uber on top 5 rocket. Inns and Sorix actually die.
Callback's coming for the flank around.
Oh, this is not very good. Can Honey can he maybe dodge it? Oh!
Well,
Elokor is getting some good
That was easy.
Yeah, there were some very poor rockets there. So expecting a little bit better from Korvac. Blade is behind. And does Honey know? Oh, there's a back cap! Oh.
Okay, I didn't pay attention to the caps during all of that, and I guess I wasn't alone in that.
Damn, just walking through lower, could not catch up with it. Honey Badger immediately spotted and tried to run back, but crossbow does not do enough damage to one-shot scout, so then did not work out.
So,
3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. They got that 2-0 gap. Makes it quite cushy for the enemy team. Let's see if Lemmings can pull a response. There's 15 minutes left, so it's quite doable.
As he's in the enemy kitchen here, going onto Ombrack, tries to get a rocket, but instead just gets taken out by the scouts. Well, Korback's trying to jump onto Honey Badger, doesn't really work out either. Medico jumps in as well. Ooh, great focus fire onto Medico, but the rest of the team is just dropping like flies. Just Ins and Honey Badger. They do have the Uber, but you know, 4v2 Uber, even if you have that Uber, unless Ins just goes absolutely massive, that's not a favorable situation.
Yeah, I think it'll be way too demanding of any scout to try and pull that one off. So they're just going to play it safe, go all the way back to last, set up a sturdy last defense, but they don't want to be on this last point for long here, because I think top5rocket have shown that they want to play the timer in their games. Maybe a bit early to call that such a play, but you know, it goes to show they're not above or beneath that.
Well, I see a spy play coming in. In's actually switched to spy and spawn, and I think he spotted it. They are aware that Korback is on. It seems like they actually, this time, top5rocket is interested in attempting to, I guess, increase their lead instead of trying to just decrease the chances of Lemmings getting a point at all.
So, say you're this spy right now, Hiipfire. What would you do in a scenario where the team is completely paranoid and it seems like it's impossible to get this stab onto? Or is it impossible? He's actually bumping into Honey Badger. He must have felt that.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
everyone is going
the
ape
shots
shit.
going off. Korback even getting healed a little bit by Honey Badger. Gets a buff, but the push coming in from top5rocket on the right. They're playing the point. There's so much time on this point.
Well,
Dudes got traded off, but they're gonna have to stay on this point. Oh, Ombrack is just trying to walk out to the point, get a cap, but
yeah, they have to dedicate people to make sure that nobody can leave that point now. It makes it really difficult to fight, but they're not really playing off that fact either. I thought they would start focusing down these players on the point a lot more, but now they just win the fight from just, I guess, delaying it for so long. Eventually they're going to get the respawners up and make it impossible for them to cap out that last point over on top5rocket.
Yeah, it was a very valiant attempt from Ombrack to just to attempt to walk onto the point, just to, you know, get the back cap in front of 4 players of Lemmings, but
yeah, I think it's very difficult as well because he's a bit
Blade Wall goes to the point. Oh no, what? Nobody looking at the point. Blade just walking in. That's the second time this match. Just very poor, just awareness.
The stickies on the point not trendy anymore, or maybe they're just being fired at. I'm not paying close attention to these scouts on last, so maybe they might be firing out these stickies before they jump on them, but usually there's countermeasures for these sort of things, you know?
Well, they tend to do it on the like Badlands, old Badlands last, but people have more faith in their team nowadays. Maybe some misplaced trust, as the Lemmings is also losing this mid, so maybe Elacrest, you know, reconsider.
Ends does get a nice consolation prize, finding Korback, who was hiding behind the box there. Looked like he delayed things long enough, but cheekily you get slapped down. Just another one for logs, I suppose, as they're going to get an easy second, and we'll see what sort of defense they can muster on this last point again. Maybe a sentry gun is in order to watch this point here, Hiipfire.
Well, it seems like Lemmings doesn't think there's enough time. I think maybe top5rocket's going to push on this, or maybe they're planning on trying to get an Uber trade. They have a decent amount of time, 12 minutes for 3 points, but they're actually going to go for an Ins sniper play. See if he can get a pick. See what his luck can bring them. Gonna peek it on the right. Sees Medico, says no way, I'm not gonna go for that pick. He wants to get that medic and the medic only. Tries to check lower, there's sticks here. Walks over the sticks.
Oh, he's been spotted now, yep. So but there's a way you can escape. Although Medico's trying to
he almost got caught.
That.
There's a
Girardi
for good luck.
Yeah, the Girardi play. A weapon that everyone suspects is going to be a huge, I guess, deal when it comes to this upcoming season. I know a lot of people were campaigning to get rid of this Jurati, and just how it makes things just way too easy for going for these bombs in as well. Just so risk-free. But I haven't seen any major, you know,
Zesty gets Mio in lower, I believe. Gets a good headshot from Inns on Medico. It's an immediate arrow, but I think they're going to push off of this. Inns waiting for Ombrack to peek him. Well, Ombrack's sitting behind those boxes, but Medico
Ombrack
actually picks him off. No, Ombrack does end up popping after a while. Guess he got scared of a rocket. Honey Badger's just caught on the left. Just alone, nobody's with him.
Zesty's behind though, but they caught wind of him, and then he's gone down.
Just Cold Heart and Sorex, and Cold Heart can't really do anything. Sorex is trying to have the 1v4 dream, but it doesn't work out, and that's 5-1 for top 5 Rocket. One more point.
Yeah, it looks like they want to, you know, go aggressive with these Ubers, and I can see why. There's quite a gap in the score, and the time is forcing their hand slightly. So while it may look really silly on the stream for them to make these pushes in, it's usually because they just feel the squeeze at the time.
Yes. Next mid, we have Cold Heart jumping on the top left with Zesty. Seems to be a... Oh, Zesty trying to do a bomb, but just gets denied immediately. Cold Heart takes a lot of damage. Zesty going again. Gets a rocket on Zesty. Gets two... Or actually, that was a roller on Ombrack. 30 HP. Another jump from Cold Heart. Drops Ombrack. Honey Badger's still alive. Medico can't find him. Oh, but Honey Badger walks straight into Medico. This is medic trade. Just 2 scouts versus a scout and a demo. And the top 5 Rocket scouts actually do not have a lot of health.
Both the scouts are linking up.
Ooh, but great,
wow.
Great pipe from Elicor, and Sorex wins his 1v1.
Dynamic
keeping them,
there.
yeah, keeping the mid alive.
They both just split off and dealt with a scout each with ease.
This is definitely the start they need to come back into this. They need 4 points. Oh, great jump from Korback. Just
very greedy coming up. Sorry, so there's no way he's gonna get this cap point.
9 minutes, at least 4 points from Lemmings.
I like what.
Can they do it?
I like what Honey Badger's doing here. He's decided to go with the Kritzkrieg, and I like this. This dictates the pace of the game very easily, and usually you see teams like to pull this out when they need to make these huge, massive runs into these comeback scenarios.
And in grass, they're sitting. Oh, Korback jumping on Honey! Oh! Honey doesn't even get a chance to pop the crits. Elicor gets isolated. Sorex actually gets Korback, but the Uber gets popped off. Zesty is just behind, kind of alone, not really going to be able to do much right now. And Sorex is in window. Yeah, he's not really going to... He's going to try to... He's going to try to get Ombrack, actually. Gets a good... It's 2 good shots, but Namtek saves him. Just 2 up. Manas are coming in, but I don't think they're going to be able to contest this mid. I think they're just going to try to build up the regular Uber.
Oh no, Honey Badger. I think he had the right idea. No. But I guess just because he went down there, felt like, oh man, if I had the Uber there, I would have survived a little bit longer. So he will switch off the Medigun. Just, I guess, it's too much of a favourite among medics.
Zesty wreaking a little bit of havoc behind. Getting Medico there. Get some good rockets on Blade, but in the end dies.
Yeah, just waste time though. They need to start coordinating things a lot more as a team. So a lot to ask of Zesty to get in all the way by himself behind into enemy territory and get on top of the medic when that's their pure focus at that point in time.
Yeah, this is... They definitely... Lemmings really needs this time, but Ombrack has just decided to pop straight into second. Actually, this Uber didn't really do that much, and they're actually dropping a bunch of players here. Inns getting Blade. Zesty bombing in on Korback. Now it's just 3 up for top 5 Rocket. Not very good. Medico is in their kitchen trying to do something. Elicor actually jumping in onto Medico. Medico does make it out alive, but this is definitely a midpoint for Lemmings. I think they're just going to try to go for second. There's a lot of forward spawns from top 5 Rocket though. So they will meet a lot of resistance if they try to push this in really quickly. Blade is in grass, a little bit alone here. Sorex and Blade are one-of-one-ing.
I think they needed to dedicate more people to that cap point there. They were focusing a little bit too much at the front there, and they already got an out. And with only 1 scout dealing with that, Sorex, he did lose the 1v1 to Blade. So that again, it just shaves a bit more time that they desperately need to make these pushes. Makes it a lot more likely.
Korback's completely denied. Uber gets popped off, and Everyone on top of Rocket's on the right.
Very
Heavy
nice
gets focused really quickly. Yeah,
that was a good round for them. They can make this comeback still. Like I've seen it happen before. They just need to go on a wild run.
Yeah,
Maybe pull out that crits again.
Definitely, that was a very, it was a good mid. They managed to survive the, I guess, the last minute push. You know, the 2-man push that happened so many times in these 1 mids for them. Korvac goes really aggressive on Honey Badger, gets one rocket, but that is immediately to Zesty. Now, Lemmings is in an advantageous position here. They're focusing Medico. He dies. He actually craters. They not have enough health. Blade is on
top
1
5 Rocket are feeling the pressure. They actually want to start backing out very early at these fights. They're scared of possibly losing another round here. But Zesty's kind of overextending himself. They're starting to feel that that time mentality of like, oh, I need to make big plays right now, even if it's the stupid mistake. If it has a chance to work, I'll do it.
Cleans up Neo.
Oh no, can't Uber.
Inz is in a fight with Blade. Even the Ubers gets traded off on top of the point. Honey Badger is just alone though on the point. Gets it completely like deserted by his team.
They need to go for the medic now if they want to even this out. Ombrack's in a very good position though. He's not gonna give up that kill.
Doing a good job of cleaning kills though, but
nice.
But still 2 people in. I do see a jump from Zesty. Gets denied though. I don't think he's gonna be able to do much. Oh, Medico.
Spicy.
Just showing off a little bit. Pops him straight out of the air.
Yeah, it's getting almost in the realms of impossibility.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes for 3 points.
And they've got the winning combination right now. They've got the advantage. They've got the cap in the midpoint. But they did lose Korvac. Could they block this point? Or maybe they can still make a pro of it. They've taken out a scout and they're throwing all their soldiers in. They even dropped a few players during the Uber as well, and they're even kiting it on top of that. They're going to go back in as well. I think they might be able to get another kill on top of this. They're just doing so well to flutter around, sending them for the meat grinder. They even get Ombrack as well, so there's no heals for this team. They are even capping off the midpoint well while still sending their players forward.
4 spawns here. He gets completely trapped. Medico even almost dying. Honey's does get forced eventually, but
he was in a scary position, and then he's back to the respawn door, which might have potentially had a player in it, so a bit risky. But they're just gonna have to go for a dry push. Oh, they've lost Zesty there. That's not good.
Medico's on top of the hut. Does take a lot of damage, but this is still numbers advantage for top 5 Rocket. They're starting to play the point.
Stickies on the point, but it didn't kill in.
Ooh, this is. I don't think this is gonna go very well. They're just getting isolated now.
Oh, no.
Sorix alone dies. Now it's just Zesty, the spawner, sitting in Saw, just thinking, well, my team is just completely destroyed on last. If only I was there, you know.
Well,
got a couple air shots. But this is.
Yeah, it does make you question things. It does look like they had a bit more bodies to throw there, and.
Zesty jumping in on Ombrack.
Nice.
Gets him, misses the air shot, but stays alive to get a 3rd shot in. Playing Ombrack, and if they just maybe barely manage to squeeze this, nope, they are dropping way too many players for this. Just gonna have to try. It's Elikor Honey Badger on 2nd. They are alone, and the entire top 5 Rocket team is actually in front of them, but they're gonna come back here, and this is. Done deal. Elikor picks up the pack, tries to stay alive, but can't really get anything done, and I think that's it. 2 minutes, 3 points. It's not really a possibility.
Well, it was fun for those final minutes of the game. It looked like they were giving it a really good show at first. It was just these slightly greedier plays that they tell themselves that they have to make, but if they just calm down just a little bit, still make the smartest plays that they can make, they could I think they could have at least made a bigger run of it. Would have came into the final minutes. Zesty's going for the play of like keeping his back turned. He actually gets the nice direct up to Ombrack, but launches him away from himself. They dedicate a few players to try and take him down fully, but yeah, he actually pulled the wool over their eyes there, but didn't manage to capitalise on it.
Yeah, it was a very good attempt. Try to showboat a little bit for the for the crowd during the garbage time. But now it's top5rocket is just like, you know what, it's enough. We're just gonna uber push in with the advantage and then just play the point. It's 6-2. Well, are they gonna try to win this mid? Maybe get an old TSM push in, get 7-2, get a point in like 50 seconds?
I don't think it's they can even do that. As well.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
really
I think
know.
at this point they're just having a victory lap over on top5rocket, patting themselves on the back. Thinking about what they can buy with their fat 6 ETF2L points.
What's the exchange rate between ETF2L points and euros? Do you know?
I guess if we need to pull out the ETF2L prize pool, I suppose, divide it by I don't know, 48, and there you go. That's roughly the amount of points a winning team of Prem gets.
48 500 divided by 48. That's basically like 10.
So 1 point. So that's 60 euros in the bag. You know.
I feel like there's some math lost on the way there, but I'll trust you.
It's good enough. I'm rounding, just rounding it down a little bit.
Okay, you don't make me optimistic for our next part of the cast. That is the logs. Now I have edited my group ever so slightly, so this time it does say gemm instead of gemm.
Good job.
Let's do this. You're gonna have to tell me if you can see them, Hiipfire.
I can see them.
God damn it! Alright, I'm going to logs.tf. You tell me, you serenade me with some of the math.
Alright, well...
Once again, Medico, in particular this time, Korbeck a little bit less, but Medico, once again, doing an incredibly good job on the DM standpoint for top5rocket. With 28 kills, 337 damage per minute, and 10 extremely fat air shots.
How do you know they were extremely fat? They could have been like the miserable kind of air shots.
Well, you know, you just gotta. I don't want to be mean to Medico. I'm just gonna give him 10 full fat air shots.
All right.
I'm just gonna give him a little bit of credit. Namtag doing also very good damage. Actually, Elikor matching his damage very well. It's a lot less uneven, I guess, for the demos as it was last map where they got completely out DM'd.
But you see the playstyle leaking into the logs of Elikor. He's awfully balls to the wall. He throws himself in there. He takes the majority of the Ubers. He wants it to be the Elikor show. Wants to get himself in there, and I've seen his frag videos. He is impressive. He does pull off some pretty beastly moments, but until he's really refined this to 100%, it looks awfully silly to throw yourself in there as a demo man, not land any shots, and then having to sticky jump out and die anyway.
Yeah, one thing that you can see in the stats as well, actually, is that Ombrack died only 4 times compared to Honey Badger's 11. You can see in the stats that Korbeck did a lot better than Zesty did, and you can just see that I guess Ombrack just got protected by his team really well, while Honey Badger got abandoned sometimes in some of those Uber trades or Uber pushes that didn't really work out, where just the team, you would just you would walk forward, show initiative by just walking straight through the choke point. And then they push in, and then the Uber starts fading, and everyone just leaves him immediately, getting completely, just deserted, and then dying. Seems like, top5rocket did a lot better job of protecting their medic. Medico not actually taking 40% heals, or 39, I don't remember exactly what it was this time. Namtag getting some love, 27%.
Well, I've done it. I finally loaded the logs in the final minutes.
Oh my god, you did it! I can't believe it. It's a miracle.
Mission accomplished. I'm just in time to have a look at some of these mid-fight stats, and a bit strange. I'm surprised that they won the first cap. Oh yeah, because it was extended out, wasn't it? They never got
took a very long.
Yes, I thought they won the first mid. That's my bad. But it looked like they had a number for a second there. but I think the soldiers just adapted a little bit better on these mid fights, thinking, well, if we just extend out these fights, not jumping right into them and just keep our high ground a lot more, I think they could make a better go of it than the long con waiting for them to go aggressive play. But yeah, it was just I think the soldiers just outclassed them on the mids.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there were those mid fights where like it was like, oh, Lemmings won it, and then the soldier would just jump back in, and
that's a lot of red.
Wow, that's what it almost was last map. But now just even on Lemmings' last, getting completely outclassed.
Yeah, if you had top 5 rocket on your bingo card, Hiipfire, you've won.
Oh my god, bingo! I can't believe it. I'd never gone bingo before. This is amazing.
It's a little strange to see them even win against Lemmings' last pushes there. I can't even remember Lemmings' last push being that bad. It looked like there was just a lot of backcaps involved.
Yeah, and 2 backcaps.
Wasn't really the frags winning it for them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I guess the general DM just pushing top 5 rocket over the edge. I guess even on the last hold.
Yeah, mostly so on the other points. I think the last it just got a bit clowny. So as the frag percentage by zone, you see that top 5 rocket would barely ever push to that last point, and obviously it's going to be skews for the middle point. A lot of fighting, but there's usually the skew stops at around, I don't know, an extra 18% or so. So 42%. It does go to show that a lot of back and forth between these teams. But from there, the majority of the time was probably just smashing them on mid and pushing them all the way to the last and keeping them there for top 5 rocket. So I think we've got just a few more screens, and then I'll see if we can bring in some interviewees. So the point caps by zone.
What is this? This looks.
Yeah, so this is pretty much telling you how many times they've capped that point throughout the entire game, and so you see that red point, because they won by 6 points, obviously they must have capped the last point 6 times. Blue team winning 2 rounds get the last point. What's interesting is usually the differences between going into last and from second as well. So you see the conversion rates, and you can see the conversion rate was extremely successful with top 5 rocket. 86% is something to be very proud of, especially when you've got such a high number as well. Usually the higher the number goes, how these stats get watered down. So I'd be very impressed by top 5 rocket when it comes to their Snake Water last pushes. And now we see some of the kills based on who are they mostly firing at, and it's no surprise here. Inns was having a bit of a difficult game, constantly getting in some strange places, dying on the flank, and Blade is kind of flexing that DM muscle there. 5 kill difference. Or was it 6 kill? Yeah. EU math, 6 kill difference.
It's a very good, very respectable play from Blade there.
Yeah, the only anomaly you see here is Elikor getting showing off his pipes on Neo.
The Neo trying to push in on Elikor a bunch of times on mid, and he just disrespected a straight pipe to the face.
These are the stats for the Ubers, how they broke down and what they did with the Ubers. So kills with the Uber usually going to go with top 5 rocket, because this was a result of Lemmings making these desperate situations, walking all the way in, trying to get these good Ubers, and then when they meet the counter Uber, top 5 rocket would just mince them with that said Uber. So you see a lot of deaths post Uber because of this as well. But the stats are a lot closer than I suspected, than to say that they've won 4 points over them.
Well,
so we've got one last screen here, and I'll bring in some interviewees. Oh, this is the last one. I've been corrected. Okay, well, done and dusted. I think there's no more we could say about the Ubers here. Ombrack he already knows the score here. He's waiting patiently in the thing. I'm going to see if we can track down somebody from Lemmings, see if they can bring anybody in for an interview. But in the meantime, Hiipfire, I'm going to drag in Ombrack, and I want you to quiz him. I want to get into the brain of Ombrack. Are you ready?
All right. I guess I'm
Let's go.
ready. Sure.
All right, and we welcome to the channel Ombrack. Congratulations, buddy. You did it. First.
Yeah. Easy.
First match in Prem, or the first match of this season, rather.
Yeah.
Immediately win it. Does
Yeah,
it feel good?
Yeah, because we worked to get this win. Like we did our homework. We did demo reviews and stuff, and it's nice to see it's paying off. So, yeah, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, it must feel very nice. So like on that Snakewater match, there's obviously a very big difference in deaths between you and Honey Badger. You only dying 4 times and Honey Badger dying 11 times. Would you say that that's you can attribute that to like you maybe having better positioning than Honey Badger, or would you maybe say that the team is playing better around you than Lemmings is?
I think we work better as a team because we've playing together for so long. Of course, I think we have better chemistry than Lemmings, but that's just like no more. And I think we had the game in our hands. We dictated the momentum. Like we were the one making decisions. Like we were the one pushing most of the time. And it's hard to die as a medic when you make the pushes you've worked on before. So everyone knows what they have to do. And I think Lemmings they were in the bad position when they had to push because we had the lead. So they had to make something happen. And sometimes they had to push without Uber and stuff like that. And like I don't think it's like I was better than Honey on this map. I don't think it's about this. It's just like how the game went. We had the lead, so it's easier to play when you have the lead.
I see. Let me see here.
All right, so thank you, Hiipfire. Not only have I brought you one, I've brought you 2 members from Lemmings.
Oh man,
2 for the price of 1. We welcome Zesty into the channel and Honey Badger.
Hello.
All right, first off, guys, bad luck. First game of the week. You've still got 8 weeks. 8 weeks?
Yeah.
6 weeks. EU math. You've still got so many more weeks to go. Now, tell me straight off the bat, did you guys expect to win this match tonight?
No.
We knew it was going to be difficult. Playing against top 5 before, they're quite coordinated and whatever with their pushes. Basically, this season is kind of like a learning experience for us anyway as a team. So it was kind of important that we got off to this start, but we did try. We did try a few different things. So in general, I believe for us it's a good game.
Yeah, definitely a learning experience. But no, I don't think either of us expected to win this because it's I think top 5 are significantly better team. They've been playing together for a long while, and also it's our 2 worst maps as well right at the start. So yeah, we weren't sure how this one was going to go.
So this was not much homework put into this match at all. Did you think okay, this one's for free, and we're just going to focus really hard on the next week's game?
Yeah, the plan is to just progressively better throughout the season. We got our hard games coming up in a few weeks coming, but at the end of the season we have games that we think that we could possibly win. That's such a bad thing to say, but if we
that's fine. Baby steps.
Yeah, exactly. We're putting in the effort as a team at the moment, and we're all getting along together. It's not really a tilt atmosphere. It's kind of a really good atmosphere at the moment as it is. We just need to work on a few things and then just get better progressively throughout.
Now, every time there's a new team formed, every team says to me, "Now, Turbo, we love each other. We hate this team is going to last forever. Is this the real deal? Is everyone going to be sticking together?"
I hope this is the real deal. Yeah, I said to them that I wanted to stick together for as long as possible because teams that stick together seem to work out better.
Yeah.
Now, Zesty, you're a new addition somewhat to this team, taking over, I believe, Damn Easy just before he quit. After he quit, sorry. So how have you been adjusting to the team and to Prem, no less?
Well, I'm getting a bit rolled at the moment. I think I'm going to need to have to adjust my play a little bit. The team that we scrimmed before had the ability to be a lot more aggressive. I was getting read a lot less, but this time it's definitely a bit different. I think Callback had my number in a lot of those situations, so I had to really play a bit more smart. But yeah, it's a learning experience. We've been, getting progressively better. I definitely think our coordination as a team has been getting better, and sort of my play has been getting better within the team as well.
All right, good stuff. Now, Ombrack, I've not forgotten about you. So, this is another season, another attempt at the championship. Is this it, Ombrack? Is this the moment that top5rocket are going to walk away with the ETF2L gold?
I hope so, but last season I thought we could do something good, and in the end we ended 6th or 7th. I don't like. Last season I thought we would do good, we did bad, so I'm not gonna say something stupid and then regret it now. But
come on now,
I think the level.
Gotta have the banter, man.
I'm not banter man. Not when there's people listening to me. Like when there's no one, I can, but not now. But I think there's many teams around the same skill level. Hopefully we're just standing just above. So hopefully we can do 4th.
4th place, playoff spot.
That'd be cool. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Is 4th in playoff? Yeah,
yes.
Maybe. But yeah, 4th would be cool. And then the level is so tight. Everyone, there's many teams who can beat many teams, and you can't really know what will be the result of this match or this match.
Yeah.
We beat Lemmings, and maybe next time Lemmings will beat, I don't know, Nunya or 3-6. I think you can't predict the tables right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be way, way closer than people may think, except for the 2 first spots.
Well, okay, so you've been around the block for a little bit now, Ombrack. So you've been feeling out these teams a little bit. Would you say these teams this season coming into it maybe a bit harder to play against, or is it easier compared to other seasons?
Well, we've been together for 7 seasons, so each season is easier because we know each other better.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's many teams who were in high last season. Lego is out. I don't know. I think we can do better because we're keener than last season. Blade is a huge improvement in our roster. Is really good. He's really keen. He adds a lot to the team.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask about him. How is he settling in? I know that he was added to the roster somewhat at the tail end of last season. How has he been adjusting to the team now that he's been there for, I guess, the downtime as well as the start of the season?
Well, he played with us in the Nations Cup, where France was basically top 5. Mm-hmm. So we started playing with him at the moment. We thought who is this guy? He's really good. And when Blitzo said he wouldn't play anymore, he was our first option. Hey, okay, let's get Blade. He seemed very cool and really good, and I think he fit in really quick. And again, he adds a lot to the way we play. He has really a lot of ideas. So yeah, it's a really nice input, not only skill wise, but on the game sense wise as well.
All right, one final question for you, Ombrack. There's going to be game assembly coming up.
Yeah,
I feel like it goes without saying, but are we going to see top5rocket there?
Yeah, but hopefully there's not going to be only us. I'm hoping the hype will be real, and we can do some kind of small and French rewind at GA.
Man, every country wants their own rewind now. Well, I'll be there, so I'll try to help with the hype.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and be there too, Ombrack. There's a Brit team potentially going.
Yeah, friends told me about it.
Yeah, I have some Swedish people. Maybe might be getting a mixed team together for the French land.
Man,
gotta grow it, man.
All these TF2 lands, I can't hold on to them. It's costing way too much money. Hopefully, I know there's
money's
talks about...
not an object. It's not a problem.
I think GA is cheaper than Insomnia. I haven't gone into the numbers, but I think GA is cheaper.
For me, it's definitely very cheap to go. Yeah, I might well go by car. But yeah, it's definitely recommend
cheaper to fly.
But I very much hope for people to go to Gamers Assembly. Got to support the other TF2 lands.
Yeah, and if any you players have questions, like just add French people add me, and hopefully I can help and answer your questions, because like we want to do this LAN to be a different LAN, a nice LAN. Like last year we had Ildreth's team who came. It was really cool. So if we can do it again or even more, you're welcome.
Delicious plug. I love it. Now, I guess just trying to think of one more question to close out on Lemmings. You got any Hiipfire?
Trying to think here. I don't know. I'm blanking. It's my first interview. I don't know.
If we've looked at the past, we've looked at the present. So let's look a little bit into the future. Let's see what their next game is going to be, and it will be
Arctic Foxes.
Arctic Foxes. Now that's a grudge match. Now we can get into talks about that. All right,
some
honey.
Drama.
So this has got some of your past teammates in there. Is there any bad blood at all?
Oh god.
Oh, he's delaying an answer.
That means yes. That means yes.
Yes, Ombrack.
Yeah, there's bad blood.
Right. This is like a WWE right now. I just want you to scream into the mic. Call out, honey.
Let me tell you about Arctic Foxes.
Nah, it's just bad blood between the teams, basically. I think it's quite self-explanatory why.
Yourself, mate.
For me anyway. Like, I do want to win it. It is an important game, but I know that all of them are very talented players, so it will be difficult.
I'm just a fresh-faced TF2er. I'm quite out of touch, honey. You're gonna have to catch me up with the whole details. What happened? I'm sorry if I'm putting you through some post-traumatic stress.
Yes. No,
I'm sure it's all good now. You're in Prime. Everyone's happy.
Everyone is happy. Let's just go with that. That's my answer. No, I don't know. It kind of just started. They changed their name. It was no Lemmings at first, and then now they've changed it to Arctic Foxes that hunt lemmings. So they're obviously out for blood on us, if anything.
Is that the reason for the name, is it? They hunt lemmings. I did not know that. Wow.
There we go.
You have not seen the copy pasta then.
Okay, so I won't taunt you anymore. I just...
Thank you.
It will be a must-see match, I'm sure everybody watching out there, so stay tuned. Keep an eye on Lemmings. I'm sure they're going to be a team to watch this upcoming season, but let's not forget top5rocket, who... I'm sure we'll want to make an upsetting mad dash for the final gold. You know, champ GG who?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game. It's basically the same team on the same map as last season, and I think the game we had last season versus champ was like one of the it was so boring.
That's the spirit, Ombrack.
There we go. Some
okay.
Some call-outs.
They know that, so
it's okay. So, because you guys have been some wonderful interviewees, we're gonna give you some shout-out. So we're gonna go alphabetical. We're gonna disregard production for a moment, and we're gonna ignore Hiipfire. So, honey, you got any shout-outs? Special someone out there?
Oh, shout out to my team. Shout out to Top 5 for having such a good game against us. It was good practice, so thank you. Shout out to you guys for casting. And shout out to my BFF Hysteria.
Now that's a correct call-out. Calling out to the production. I thank you. Now, Ombrack.
Very original. Shout out to my team for being keenest as ever. Shout out to Lemmings. We had a good game. Shout out to that Elacour noob who dropped me again on Badlands last. Like, it was GA all over again. And shout out to you for casting that game. And shout out to everyone who is thinking about coming to GA. Stop thinking and do.
Less thinking, more doing.
Just go.
Just pull an unkind. Just book right now. Right now. Go.
Yes to all land. I don't care if they're happening at the same time. I'll be at both. All right, Zesty.
I hear TF2. I reach for my wallet.
Shout out to the Brit Mumble. Shout out to Pappy. And shout out to Morsey Fan Trails Overwatch MMR.
What is Morsey's
What?
MMR?
Wait, what?
He's still alive.
I want to know what Morsey's MMR is in Overwatch.
I don't know, it fluctuates quite a lot.
Right, okay. Alright.
The lower ranges, you'd
No,
say?
no, he's I think last time I heard, Morsey's supposed to be good at Overwatch.
He's got 4248 or something like that. It's up there.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a high number.
Are we supposed to be talking about Overwatch?
All right. Okay.
Hold on, wait.
We won't say the game that shall be not named now. Hiipfire.
Take
You're
a
gonna
shot whenever Overwatch is mentioned.
No, shout outs now, please.
Well, I have to. I agree to this. So again, well, I agree to this. I basically agreed to myself to do this. So shoutouts to Wheatley, the future Prem demo, who's on my team, and yeah, shoutouts to everyone in the Chum Toad Mumble, all the random Swede mercs that we have, mid players. Thank you, and yeah, thank you for everyone for watching as well, and all the interviewees here.
All right, excellent stuff. I'm going to give a quick shout out and agreeance to Zesty. Shout out to the Brit Mumble, even though I never turn up there anymore. But shout out to everybody, all the new people at TFTV that have recently joined on recruitment. They're doing wondrous things behind the scenes. I wish I could shout out all of your names, but there's 20 too many. So just a shout out to you guys out there. And a bigger shout out to the people watching at home. You're the whole reason we do this. And the biggest shout out actually goes to Gemm, who
Gemm
came in last minute. There was a moment there that we wouldn't be able to cast the first game of the season, but he did it just after it was official as well. And a big shout out to top5rocket and Lemmings for not only the game tonight, but delaying the game slightly so we could cast it. So I've been TurboTabs. I've been joined in with Hiipfire on the co-cast.
Hello.
Gemm has been our producer for tonight. We'd like to thank Zesty, Honey, and Ombrack for being such wonderful interviewees. This was ETF2L Season 26, powered by TT Esports. This was our Week 1 coverage of Badlands and Snakewater, Lemmings versus top5rocket. If you've just missed it, though, don't worry. You can catch it over on our YouTube. If you just punch it in on teamfortress.tv, I'm sure you'll find it. But if you want to find any more content, you can head over to our website, teamfortress.tv. It's in the name. And we also have a Twitter as well. So if you just want to say, oh, TurboTabs, you're the worst cast I ever heard, I'd love to hear it on that Twitter account. So, I believe that's everything. That's all the plugs. Go to Gamers Assembly.
Gamers Assembly.
Yes.
You know?
See you next time.